go for the best in life. But I can assure you that to suggest that the United States is completely devoid of good women is not going to speak well of you. It's just not true. And it makes it seem as though you're maybe a bit more hopeless and emotional and pessimistic as opposed to realistic and optimistic. And also remember that your options at some level are a reflection of you. And the reason that I see a beautiful world is because I'm beautiful. And if you are, engaging in truth and beauty, then you will see more of that around you. So when you are better, you will have better options. And it's sometimes hard for us to acknowledge that our options and as well our reality are a reflection of us if you're not a child, right? So often when the passport bros go abroad, they're not experiencing a higher grade of woman. They're experiencing a woman that is viewing them as a function of their American citizenship and her ability to get citizenship through you, or they view you as a wealthy American because compared to the average guy in their retrograde economy, you are wealthy. They look at you as an opportunity as opposed to a human being. And what happens is this. So I'm an upper class American. And so women relate to me based on me being A, an appealing man, and then B, an upper class man in America. So I'm in a strong position. I'm very favored. If you are a low income man or an unimpressive man in America, and then you go to the Philippines or Colombia or Brazil or wherever you guys go to pursue these low income women who are often promiscuous and dishonest, that woman is going to treat you in her country the way women in America treat me, which is with more deference, which is with more respect, more hierarchy, more submissiveness. And that's because in her country, you're in the position that I'm in America, which is to say upper class, or at least perceived as such. And you have the allure of being an American. And no matter how many times people disrespect us, America is culturally iconic. So that's what you're experiencing. The women are the same. It's that your position in relation to her changed. Now, is there something to be said about culture? Absolutely. And more than any passport bro, I know culture and I know women, and I've traveled not a little bit more than the passport bros, a lot more than the passport bros. They cannot catch up because before, passport bros was a concept, I'd already had 15 years of international travel. So they can't catch up. And they also only travel to places where the women basically sell their bodies. No disrespect to anybody, but that means we're talking about Ukraine. We're talking about Philippines. We're talking about Colombia. We're talking about Brazil. We're talking about Mexico. We're talking about La República Dominicana. Places like that where women sell their bodies for cheap, where many women are for sale. And they don't have any real context or understanding. And the whole passport bro game is really shaky. And Morocco is kind of one of those places too. It has extraordinary gold diggers and some of the most beautiful women you'd ever want to see, and some of the most delicious food and rich culture. And you can find great Moroccan women, but you can also find some of the most vicious gold diggers you'd ever want to see. But what I'm cautioning you against is blaming the world for your circumstance. That's not very manly, and it's also not very honest. There's a lot of young people on one of my videos on Instagram, and they keep saying, oh, well, rent was so cheap when you were young. And it's like, bro, shut up. You're an idiot and a liar. And you would have been even more broke when I was coming up, because there's no such thing as an easy dollar. Crime is easier today. Scammers, you get credit cards and you can instantly convert it to, some money or some profit or some merchandise. Whereas you actually had to have money and purchase, whatever you purchased, the 8-ball or, some Ready Rock, whatever you was getting in the game with. You actually had to have money to get started. Not a lot of people are getting things on consignment. And also, you couldn't become famous tomorrow by being an influencer or by showing your butt crack on OF. So there was no get rich quick in my era. It was a lot different. You couldn't play video games and make money doing something that you genuinely love. You had to do a lot of crummy jobs that you hated. So people lie is what they do. They lie to explain away that they ain't SHIT. Everyone wants to think that they're great. And sometimes we need to just come to the reality, like, I'm an average person. That's okay. Somebody has to be average. And we're all average at something. And sometimes we're below average at some things. But, in this era, everybody wants to think that they are special, when in truth, that's impossible. We can't all be special. We can't all be influencers. Some of us need to just become a teacher. Even in our era, it's so sad that becoming a doctor doesn't even sound good to people. But we need doctors, and we need teachers, and we need janitors, and we need substitute teachers. We need dental assistants. We need salespeople. We need folks. We need a society. And we also need less narcissism and arrogance. We need less obsession with the self. We need more community and more family. And if you are not seeing yourself accurately, you'll not even be able to see others accurately, because the feedback that they in the world give you, you're not accepting, you're rejecting it. So, yeah, and indeed, hit the like button. The overwhelming majority of you guys have given nothing. You could at least hit the like button. It just shows that you are thankful for this free thing that you're getting. It's not free to me. I have an extensive studio with huge expenses. I have my time that I'm giving to you. And this has been a very busy day. So you're giving nothing, but you're receiving a lot. To click the like button should only for you verify to you that you at least have some level of thankfulness. You've not even sent $1. You can hit the like button. It's free. It costs you nothing, and it goes in line with the ism, which I tell you guys, if you can do something for someone else that has meaning to them, but it costs you very little, you should always do it. It's very smart. It's good business. For example, when my guy came to give me an estimate for the pressure wash, right? Now, I got a big house, so of course he knows it's going to be a lot of money. And I had some packages at the outside of my outer gate. I have 2 gates to get in, but the outer gate, there's some packages there. And so he calls me. He says, hey, I'm calling so that you can buzz me into your gate. I see some packages. You want me to throw it in the truck bed and bring it over for you? I was like, yeah, I'd really appreciate that. Would you? And he's like, yeah, absolutely. Be my pleasure. So he tossed it in and brought it over. This is smart. It cost him very little because he had to drive to my house anyways inside the gate. But it meant a lot to me because I didn't have to walk 5 acres from my home to the front of the property to retrieve it. And that made it so much more likely that I wanted to do the deal with him because I like him a little bit more. You see, people liking you is important. But here's another thing. Check this out. You liking yourself is also very important. You have to like and respect yourself. If you didn't click the like button, if you're like, should I do it? You're probably not a good person. And that happens. But you should try to figure out how you can become a good person, how you can increase your saintliness, increase your goodness. Because truth be told, whether you hit the like or not, it's not going to really affect my life. But I do like to see the metrics up. I do like to see you doing something good so you can feel good about yourself. And that's something that you should carry into everything you do. You should be asking yourself, did I do something good today for myself? Did I do something good for a good person? Do I feel good about myself? These questions, this that I'm sharing with you guys, I hope you're not taking it lightly, because these are the things that define your self-worth, defines your happiness. You should really take this seriously. These are the kind of questions that drive your thinking, and it provides for you being happy. Think about it. I've been doing YouTube for half a decade. And you really can't say you've ever saw me come on sad or depressed or broken up. No, that doesn't happen. I'm very even, and I'm up here in terms of happiness and satisfaction. And that's what you can have too. But you got to get the evilness out of you. I told a young lady this recently. You got to get the evilness out of you and bring the truth into you. Beauty and prosperity can be yours. You need truth. You need truth. You need to remove the evil. Anyways, thank you to those who have hit the like button.